You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Welcome back to another episode of the Fourcast. We are limited tonight, so it is the two cast, myself and A-Trap, in the building with another great review. And tonight's review, it's a film that's recently come out, and it's entitled One Battle After Another, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Regina Hall, Tiana Taylor, and Chase Infinity, which seems to be a new actor. But this was getting really high reviews. I'm glad it was available on HBO, so we were able to do it. Yeah, man, looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it. Wilkes will not be on tonight. Unfortunate, got a little bit of an illness, but he'll be back. Doc should be coming back soon, so we will be in full force before you know it. But as we get into this, man, tonight, give me your initial thoughts on this One Battle After Another.
Art imitates life.
Right.
This is life continues to circle back for me. 35 years? Yeah, it'd be 35 years this year. I read this book years ago, 1991. I read this book, and it says, pay attention to television and movies. They're telling you what's going on. They desensitize you, so when you see the real thing happening, you will go, oh, no, I've seen this before. But it's really not that. It's you've been desensitized to see, to think what you saw wasn't real, but it's actually real. And it's the dictionary definition of that.
Yeah. And to hit it a little bit closer to home, how many times now when we hear there was a school shooting and we don't even blink? I mean, we look it up, we think about it for a minute. Some of us may say a prayer, some of us may not, and then we just kind of move on. And that's one of those things that I try not to just let that be one thing happen and you just let it pass, because that's people's children, that's people's lives. But to give a brief synopsis, it's a comedy action thriller written, co-produced, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, and it's inspired by the 1990 novel Vineland. And I already told you guys who it's starring, but it's Leonardo DiCaprio's the ex-revolutionary who was forced back into his former combative lifestyle when he and his daughter are pursued by a corrupt military officer. I haven't really heard a lot or watched a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson's films. I don't know, were you a fan of his, or have you watched any of his previous?
Unlike you guys, I don't care who the director is.
You don't even think about it.
I'll never even think about, man. This is like okay, I'm being disingenuous a little. Like if it's
Spike, it depends on who it is,
right? You know, but I don't know Francis Ford Coppola movie from what's his name? Bald head dude. He always
Spielberg,
Malkovich.
Malkovich. Yeah.
I'm a story guy. I like the concept of. I don't care who the idiosyncrasies of the movie. I'm caught up in the story.
Storyline, the plot.
It's kind of like what y'all love the soundtrack. I immerse myself into the soundtrack as the movie is going on. I hear it and it intensifies the scene. It marries the scene to the point.
Yeah.
But I don't really hear it.
Yeah.
It may as well be like, and you remember the movie The Omen, and they, you know, that opera sound. I'm like, yeah, that's intensifying.
Yeah.
But I don't know who that is. I mean,
and this movie had a lot of those moments where the music would do this kind of roller coaster, and you could kind of see, okay, this is where it's going. This is where the scene is kind of revving up. Shout out to Andrea. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Shout out. That's Caleb Williams, I believe, right? So shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. Knox in the building. Thank you for tuning in. He said, "Peace, brothers."
Anthony,
appreciate you. But yeah, man, this was that was a lot. It's kind of a lot to unpack with this because there's a love interest going on. There's also the revolutionary aspect of it, which I really wanted to get your thoughts on with your Black Panther background and the story in that you are. But the way this kicks off is that they're working on basically freeing prisoners that were, now I don't know what side of the border they were on. I'm assuming they were in the U.S.
The U.S.
Yeah, they were in the U.S. side, and they're coming up with a plan of how they can distract and get these people and get them free. Well, shout out to Wood Harris. Round of applause, real quick, man. Wood Harris.
Underappreciated.
Fact, man. I think he's a great actor. He does a lot of films. You don't really realize he's there, but he definitely makes his impact. He seems to be kind of like the quarterback, maybe like the situation. But it's called a revolutionary group called the French 75. And then Tiana Taylor. Some of these names in this, man, kind of made me think of like a Pulp Fiction type thing, where it was where it was like it's comedy, but it's also serious, and it's also got some high intense moments. And then Tiana Taylor, I felt like was perfect for that role. Now she ended up, kind of veering off, which we'll get into that in a minute. But kind of give me your thoughts, that initial revolutionary, which they were really pushing that and really kind of bringing that home.
We did a review a few years back of Mike Africa's, his family.
Yep.
It brought me into that mindset because there's still people from the 60s and the 70s who are incarcerated to this day.
Yeah.
And they're basically prisoners of war because they said, we're going to fight the system. And they've been incarcerated since the early 80s or the late 70s, And it made me think about that. Mike Africa Sr., he just got out. His mom just got out. You talking about the dude who, Mike Jr., has been raised without his parents for 40 years. And only thing they did was buy a building and become self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And this is the type of anarchy that we're trending toward. If you ask me, if we're going to be perfectly honest, this is the anarchy that we're trending toward.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I think when people get fed up in this film, this is what happens. People take control in their own hands, and they're doing it for the best of the people. They're not doing it for themselves because they were already free. They could have just said, "Oh, that's your problem," but they took it upon themselves, and immediately was working on ways to make a difference and to help the people that don't have help and that need help.
Mhm.
So I appreciated this film in multiple different ways. Now, they end up getting to the point of them robbing the bank. To me, that was kind of like a what, like they just kind of went off the rails. I don't know. I didn't get that point. I mean, maybe I'm assuming money can definitely solve some things, but
No, the revolution
kinda,
must be
kinda,
financed. If you can't have a
she went a
revolution.
little rogue though. She went rogue.
Yeah, but okay. This is the question I would ask you then. Of course she went rogue, but did she go rogue or is she just responding to the tyranny that she's been sitting under for her entire life?
I think she was
That's what I'm saying.
pushed to the limit. Yeah, yeah,
When you get pushed to the limit, it's like, okay, if we, okay, it's kind of the reason I quit basketball. I'm left-handed, so I could fake left, right real hard. Most of you right-hand people jump to the right, and I'm to the left,
yeah,
and I do that. I did that three. What the points you playing the 16. I did that three. I did that 5 and 6, and I did that in 9. Those are the points I scored.
yeah.
But when I get to 14 or 15 and do the same thing, it's traveling. Hold on. How the rules change? Oh, you traveled back then too. But why didn't you call it?
Yeah,
And how I tie that into this, you've incarcerated people, you've broken all the rules, you've put us in a situation in which we feel that the only way we can fix this is to go crazy. And then you want to temper my crazy.
right.
Nah.
Yeah. You wanna say you can't be crazy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or even make it even simpler. When these dudes hit these women for no reason, they just come on. I had a bad way. Shut up, woman. Pow. And then she goes, pow. She took it too far. Nah, you kept your hands in your pocket.
right. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
And that's why I was looking at it like, this is what happens when you push people to the edge.
Yeah, and this was, we reviewed this throwback Dead Presidents where everybody's kind of on the plan, because when you robbing a bank, man, it's got to be all one team, one focus, because one person can go that way and the whole thing is messed up, or they get the money and then they want to buy a Cadillac and they want to do all this. But it seemed like they went the first plan they had. It seemed more structured and organized.
Mm-hmm.
It was when they came in there with like no mask on, like just give me the money. So I think what they were going into it with, it ended up going, south, and they really had the board. They didn't get anything out of that whole move.
But see, like I said, this is when chaos. You in there, you're entering a chaotic situation. So it's not going to be physical chaos all the time. It's mental chaos.
Right.
And that's that's why this movie was so good. This was Mike Africa and the peace movement meets Dead Presidents. Well, Dead President meets Mike Africa meets what's the one movie with all the super action heroes, the Expendables. Meets the black. It just
it was a lot that was like squeezed
it was
into
layered. And when you layer all of these things along with, and then look, let's not forget, let's remember, in the middle of the movie, you mix in racism and sexism, and now you're dealing with a mosh pit of madness.
Yeah, really.
So don't ask me to be logical.
Yeah, hence the title, One Battle After Another, which it's a great title because every section and moment of the film, you got everybody's dealing with something. Mm-hmm. And it's not a happy situation. It's not something that you can talk your way out of. You need some help. And when you think of like Leonardo DiCaprio's character, he's been doing all of this with his group for years, and then he ends up having to go kind of into hiding, and then 15 years later, everything just kind of blows up, and it's like, I forgot, I'm not that person anymore. And you're trying to come after me. But it was so many layers to this. And then when you think of Tiana Taylor, having a baby, and you think of women, they're expected to be, and we can't necessarily fully talk to this, but they're expected to be. You're supposed, when you have a baby, you're supposed to be a mother, and that's all you do. And we a family now. You got to deal with it. But there's sometimes that women are not able to adjust to that, or postpartum. Like, they didn't really talk about it in this, but maybe that's what she was going through. But she was like, I gotta get away from this situation. This is not really who I am. And so I wanted to touch on that, for a minute, how many times that gets overlooked, or women get blamed for that.
You know who I thought of when I was watching this? Serena Williams.
Yeah.
She was expected to go back to being the best tennis player, arguably, in the history of the world, or the best women's player in the history of the world.
Of all time.
Right.
We don't want to talk about that, but of all time.
Hey man, I'm in a physical sport where let's go over a couple of things that people didn't pay attention to. My pelvic area just cracked open. So in regards to do what I go back to doing, I really need to be sitting down for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Because my pelvic area just separated, which means one of my hips is over here, the other one is over here, and a human just went through that area.
Yeah.
Now you want me to come back and beat Maria Sharapova at her best.
Right.
And then if I don't do it, it ain't that I didn't do it. It ain't that I just had a child, a human passed in my body. It's not that my physical is the same. She lost it.
Right. She ain't as good anymore.
Right.
She ain't got it. She gonna retire. What she did before she had the baby, and it was during when she was pregnant, when she was in a tournament.
She won a tournament.
Pregnant. She won a tournament, right? So right, exactly. So we gotta be careful how we, especially women and what they go through. We have no clue. We will never experience that amount of pain. I had a stomach bug a couple days ago, and I'm like, oh man, this is like, I'm all hunched over, and my wife was like, that was like cramps. That was my cramps for me. That's not, you're not even talking about childbirth. So like, I was done. Okay, I was crying on the floor, and so we can't even imagine. But then you expect like we just talked about with the mental to just be good, and they can just do whatever and be there full time, and that's not every situation.
And to hammer home the points that you just made is this. Me and my homegirl Ray, God rest her soul, she passed away in July. Rest in peace, Ray. We used to laugh about this, what you just said, all the time. And my retort was always, well, look at it this way. Men in pain don't ever marry themselves. You can be a football player and limp up the field and all, because that's no, that ain't pain.
Right.
If men had to give birth, we would never come close to having population overcrowd.
Right.
We run away from pain. And I am the greatest culprit of this. I was a very good wide receiver. I can catch anything. These big old hands that I have right here, they've been this size since I was like 12. So imagine.
I see you was beasting Pop Warner. You was killing it.
Just imagine a 5'4" guy with 5'10" man hands. Snatching them out there. And then one time I went across the middle, somebody cracked me. I've been playing defense ever since. Like, oh, that hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
So
it's over.
It's over. So
what's up, Tiger Park? It's Big Mo in the building.
Mo, what up?
So,
people I think this is a Western world or European mindset that women are minimalized, because when you look at the rest of the world, women are they are the vanguard of the family. And what I mean by that is, like, when you watch Wakanda Forever, if you look at that movie at the beginning, when not Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther, look at that movie. It was the women who decided he was going to be king.
Right.
It was throughout the world, it's women that's making power moves. We the muscle.
Right.
I mean, look at the animal kingdom. The women do the hunting, and then the dudes and then when somebody threatens the tribe, the women gather the kids, and the lion go, "Hey, what up? I'm gonna let out this noise to let people know. Oh my God, I don't feel like killing you today," and that's all. But also, women have been minimalized. What's that? Woman king. Same thing.
Right. So, right. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, man. It's we don't put enough respect on what they bring. And even in marriage, even going to the Bible, it says that they're the helpmate. Like, there's stuff I don't see all the time. There's stuff that I miss all the time. And there's stuff my wife will say something, and I'll be like, yeah, okay. And then later on, it comes back around. Like, she don't even have to say, "I told you so." It's just like, I know. You said it already, and I didn't hear it. So,
and in my opinion, what you just described is dictionary definition of leadership. Like, okay, she allows you to be the man that you are without stepping on your toes. If you allow her to be the queen that she is without stepping on hers. So it's really just a meeting of the minds.
Right.
Genesis tells you this in the Eve and the serpent story.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have allowed the serpent talk to her.
Right.
That way she could have had his back. But the imbalance was there.
Balance. Right. And end up causing it to be off.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So again, one battle after another. And Sean Penn kind of comes on the scene. Some of these names, man. Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw. I'm like, Lockjaw meant something different. Back in the day, back in the 90s, 2000s, Lockjaw meant something different. But, he very interesting character, very power hungry. But the minute she came on the scene, when she came in there, he was done. He couldn't control. He wasn't in control. He basically let her go free because she said, "I'm you in love with me, so I'm gonna do what you say later on, but end up not working out." Yeah. What's up, Brian? Right? Yeah, Lockjaw. Yeah, exactly.
This is my man. What up, B?
Yeah, man. So talk about his character and how it added something to the film, though, too. So I mean, there was so many different stark personalities in this. It made I think the film even more interesting.
This film is a microcosm of life.
Right.
Lockjaw is that he's the Marlboro man, right?
Yeah.
But when the Marlboro man is challenged, he's done.
Right.
And this again, it goes back to the power of other people. The great Kwame Ture, known as Stokely Carmichael, he speaks about Dr. King, and he talks about how the unit is the most important thing. He was like, you put George Washington in the middle of Valley Forge by himself, the British destroy him and it's over.
Right.
You put Dr. King in the middle of Montgomery, Alabama by himself, they kill him. So, but once you put people in play to support him, he's unstoppable. And then he or she goes down as a hero. Tiana Taylor let the world know he's nothing without them.
Right.
I'll show you.
Right.
And that's what we saw.
Yeah. I mean, and the women have one thing that is undefeated. It's never lost. It's like Father Time. It will never ever lose. So
I won't say that will.
she had it, so it wasn't really nothing he could do from the jump. And she ends up getting caught up from the bank robbery. Ends up going into witness protection. Ends up, and she said it like, and the dialogue. Let's rewind back. The dialogue between her and DiCaprio during that scene where he's like, "Where you going? Like, we a family now." She like, "I only look out for myself. Like, you know that." And he's like, "What you talking about? This is our baby." And she was like, that's just not who I am. That's your baby."
I was like, hard. No, bro, that's what you wanted.
Yeah, I didn't want that. So then she ends up getting on in witness protection, and he coming by with flowers. Like, bro, you got, man. You got. She was gone. You never seen her again in the film. And that was probably like what, an hour in, and she was out of there. She ended up writing a letter to her daughter, later on. But yeah, this really, again, like you said, this was life. This is what people go through. This is the ups and downs of life. Of they fast forward 15 years later, and she's a teenager, and now you're dealing with, I want independence. I want to go to the party. I want to do all these different things. And it's like, look, you don't really know my past. I don't think he really explained it to her. Like, you don't really know what's going on. So, you can't have a cell phone, know this, know that. And I think that added a whole nother layer to it.
And something that most people probably won't even pick up on because they're not familiar with the concept of epigenetics. She was her mother's daughter.
Exactly. Yep.
I'm a person who believes in epigenetics, meaning you pass along personality traits in the gene pool. I am living proof of it. My father died 4 months before I was born, and people who know my dad and know me, they think, oh, I was around them. Like, nah, bro, I never met the man. He was in the ground 4 months good, and when I showed up, so and I didn't ask a lot of questions about him, until I was 40. So it's just we are who we are through our parents. Like, if not to, it's gonna sound like a self-promotion kind of deal, but I say this all the time. You are a culmination of everybody who was behind you. You are everything that's in your mother and your father, everything in their mother and father, and everything in their mother and father. And you are all of that.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. And this young lady showed, hey, I'm my mama's daughter.
Right.
You cannot control me. You can control her.
You can try.
You can try. And I'm gonna give you enough. I'm gonna give you enough because of who you are.
Right.
At some point, I'm gonna beat me.
Right. Exactly. And then real quick, I want to say shout out to Regina Hall. Normally she does the scary movies, she does the comedy. This was as serious as a role that she has ever been in. I think the most detailed and a role where she kind of stretched. So shout out to her real quick on this in this role. She didn't laugh not once. This wasn't there was comedic moments in this film, but she wasn't in this film to be the comedic moment. So shout out to the director for doing this. But she had multiple moments where she's in the car, she's in the van, because they end up coming after Willa is the daughter's name. They end up coming after her mainly because of who she was and who her mom was, and they're trying to really capture all these revolutionaries, get them all in jail, figure out who's who, where is everybody. And she's like, yeah, I don't have a phone. And they get halfway up the road, or way down the road actually, and she ends up getting a phone call because one of her friends ended up kind of snitching on her, and she's like, I thought you didn't have a phone. So that just kind of goes to tell you with teenagers, man, they don't matter. They don't care. To you, it's a serious moment, and it's like life or death. To them, it's like this is my privacy. This is my phone. So, that and Regina Hall showing kind of those different layers in this film. I really wanted to give her a shout out, because this is normally not what she does, but she did a good job.
She did. Regina Hall is a pretty face that makes you laugh in Hollywood. So for the most part of her career, and,
Yeah.
first time I ever seen her do something that was remotely serious is with The Best Man. And then the next time I seen us do something that was serious, but she didn't have a tremendous role in it, was Law Abiding Citizen when she played Jamie Foxx's wife. She's showing the world that, hey, I ain't just here to make you laugh, and I ain't the cute girl at all times.
Right.
This is what I do for a living, and shout out to her for it, man.
Yeah, and I think we did another. I felt like we did another film with her. It was kind of like a horror. Yeah, it was called Master. I don't know if you remember that, and that was that was a horror movie. So I mean, like I think a lot of times if you watch TV and movies, you kind of put these people in a box, so you can't really do nothing else. And now there's one person that really can't do nothing else, and that's the lady from Law and Order. Me and Erica was just talking about this. She was like, "Dang, she's so much in that role." I'm like, she getting paid really well, or else she would have been done left that show. So, but look, if you see her, you know she's from Law and Order.
Yeah, but you know what? She's taking on production role. She's a producer now.
She's becoming more than just that.
She's immersed herself in that. And I heard, from what I understand, via Ice-T, she is an advocate for those crimes now. So
right. I mean, she's taking it from actor to more than actor. So, you know, shout out to her doing a great job. And it had a lot of action moments. You know, it had some gunplay, some you know, high intense moments, but the dialogue I think was some of the best in this. Definitely between DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro, which he don't get a lot of love either, man. If I haven't seen any of the Sicario movies, that's got to be some of the best films that in that era.
That late. I got turned on to Sicario once they were already. I'm literally 10 years behind Sicario. I was like, wow, what's up with this?
Yeah, man, he played the hell out of those roles, and he has range too, because he in this film he was a karate sensei. Yeah, in this film, which was like, wow, again, something completely different. I wasn't really expecting him to be. I thought he would have been, watching the preview, I thought he would have been a part of the revolutionary group, which he actually was, because he was kind of housing some of the migrants. He had a store, and then you come to the back of the store, and then it seemed like he had a whole kind of complex, which I felt like was another aspect of this.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. This is what we're on the precipice of now. You got people. Antifa is the blah blah blah, and Antifa is just anti-fascism, and y'all selling anti-fascism. Some fascists saying anti-fascism is the greatest threat.
Yeah,
this is what we're on the precipice of, because people are comfortable with it. This is the dictionary definition of being comfortable where you are, and then your mind being taken over, and then the good. Look, as they say in the Bible, up is down, right is left, good is bad. That's what we're watching it right now.
We're watching it right now. You're right. And then we get into the group. I think what are they called? The Christmas people, or what? Saint Nick and all that. I'm like, this is the evangelicalism right here. Like they are so like, we love Jesus and Jesus is everything, but you willing to put a kid in jail, or you wouldn't, not even in jail. You're willing to put them in a concentration camp away from their family. And really, the group in this was more like a KKK.
I mean, it was
similar. Yeah.
No comment.
But they had a whole meeting. Like they go down to this whole bunker underneath the house, and they're like, Colonel Lockjaw. They had a whole meeting about him having a biracial baby. I'm like, that's what the whole meeting was about. It wasn't even about, like, what are we gonna do to help solve world hunger? Nah, it wasn't about that. They don't care about that part.
But remember, this is after they had the meeting with him about the purification of the race.
Oh, right. You right about that, yeah.
So I mean,
Now, okay, so this is the part where I was like, did I miss something? Because Tiana Taylor, she was playing the dude all along, but I never seen a moment where they had sex or she did anything for him to be the father. So what
it was implied. But see, okay, what the way I saw that is okay. Misha Green, she had this show called Underground, and I can't think of her name. She's a very nice looking woman. I think she's not on TV a lot or in movies a lot because she's she's like 5'2", so she's not has the stature of it because she's a beautiful lady, but she played an enslaved woman who with her vagina controlled the owner of the plantation. So when it was time to beat on somebody, she, hey, what's up?
Hey, me. Hey, you can do that to them,
No. When it's time, no, she was saving people. Like, okay,
she was saving people. Okay.
I'm gonna get Ben. She, no, we ain't gonna do that. Not today. We're gonna let Ben slide. Do that thing you like, kind of deal. And that's what I was like, dude. This came from so many different angles. The lust and insatiable want of the black woman by nationalists, especially the nationalists. I'll say this on my program. The reason these nationalists don't like black men is because we got the prize. We got the prize, and
they don't have no shot at all.
They don't. That's what I was about to say. The prize especially don't have no shot. Like, nah, you want this, but you can't have it. But if I eliminate him, then you'll be forced to come to me. And that's all, and that's what we were looking at. We were looking at a dude who's a nationalist. He's an anarchist. He's not an anarchist. He's a nationalist. He's the person who is part of this fascist regime to control the world.
Right.
But his main focus is her.
On her. And she had complete control over him. Now, I think it was implied that she was, collecting something, but I didn't think that's what she did with it. That's the part that kind of threw me. But that gives, when you think mentally though, that gives her more power over him, and he didn't really realize it until he went on this whole mission, which really, when you think about it, the whole mission was to find out if that was his daughter. It wasn't even about trying to collect all of the French 75 because none of them was in jail.
Right. And you would never, and that's the thing, you'll never be able to collect them because either they will transition to another life and you'll never be able to find them, or they're going to create many 75s, 150s, 375s, 400s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's up, D? Great. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, man, it was a great movie. I agree with you 100%. It came at so many different angles. You could relate to multiple storylines in this, just because either you have you've seen this in a different film, or either you know of someone who's dealt with situations. What's up, Keisha? Thank you for tuning in. Good evening to you. But yeah, man, and back to Benicio del Toro again. Underrated actor, does an amazing job, and anything I've seen him in, he is immersed in that role. It's not like I'm just gonna give you, half of this role. I'm gonna give you a little bit of what I got. He gives you all of it, and in this role, being the sensei, and you was thinking like, okay, he's just a sensei, and that's it. And then you find out, nah, this dude is
the brains.
In this whole city. And then he ends up helping DiCaprio through his situation, and it's so calm. And one of the funniest lines he said was, DiCaprio's like going crazy. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. My phone not charging up. Like, I need to get out of here. And he's like, courage, Bob, courage. He just says it like so. I just started laughing because he said it so calmly, like you had to listen and take it in.
Yeah, man. I got a homeboy named Steve. He's a martial artist, and he mentions his sensei on a regular basis. He's a 50-something-year-old man. He still mentions his sensei on a regular basis. And from what I understand, it's this because they are a calming force. They are the yin and the yang, so to speak, metaphorically. And one of the things Steve hit me with this line one time from his sensei. I was on fire. I was ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Yo, B, my sensei used to tell me this, and I'm gonna give it to you." So what's that? He said, "Some people not worth the death that you can deal," and that's pretty much what he gave him.
Wow. Yeah.
He was like, "Man, they ain't worth the death you can deal, man." You know, and I'm
right.
And it took I went from 2 to 10, and it took the 10 down to 2.
Yeah.
And that's again, and then that was a metaphor too. When you have mentorship, no matter how much chaos you're going, and then and as we always say, it takes it back to the word of God. Train the child up properly.
Right. Exactly. When he get old, and you never too old to have a mentor. You never too old. Bob, who Leonardo DiCaprio's character had to be, he got to be 50 or so.
Easy.
He didn't really even know him. He knew that he was his daughter's sensei. I think that's about as far, basically how they were kind of showing it. So when he came to him for help, the dude was just so calm, giving him, and it was at no moment that he said, "Shut the hell up and sit down." Right. It was like, "Look, we can get you here. We can get you a charger. We can get you this. Get in the car. Let's roll." So man, it was that, and dialogue between them two was amazing too. And D Great, we talked about Sean Penn was definitely off the chain. Again, showing even more range, and then getting shot in the face later on. I'm like, there's no way this dude is still alive. Ain't no way this dude is still alive. That was like point blank range. So yeah. I don't know how you survived. Yeah.
Not with that gun.
Nah. Your head is off.
That gun.
Yeah, your head is rolling down the street at that point. What's up, Sean Clinton, aka Information Man? Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, man. Dude does an amazing job every Sunday on his channel, Information Man Show. Make sure to subscribe on BS3 Network as well on Roku. So make sure to check that out. Very detailed in his work. So appreciate you. But yeah, man, every character you can think of in this, they had a role that was meant for this. Even the character by the name Jungle Pussy was in this. I'm like, this is again just giving you something so wild in a film where it was, as soon as you heard the name, you like, okay, who is this? Like, what's her backstory? Which they didn't really give you a lot of her necessarily, but, and I wonder, is she actually, I think she's an artist. Yeah, she's an artist. That's actually her artist name.
Oh, I'm about to say, I think this is a setup, though. That whole Get Down was a setup for a sequel. True. That's what gave me. That's what was giving me.
But when they sat down with
JP,
when they sat down with Sean Penn, they said she was the one that he had the baby with. So I think they were trying to tie those two together, but it wasn't actually wasn't her. But maybe he could have had the hots for her too.
Yeah, I mean, but it goes back to the original statement. Even the nationalists don't like the brothers because we have the prize. And when you are dealing with an anarchist situation, your job is to make good bad, up down. So instead of the world realizing how dope the sisters are, they are presented in a negative fashion. Meanwhile, we sneaking over there. And then we put this other woman up here, and really nobody's going up there, because you can even look. Let's go back to I forgot that period of time in Europe when those women were wearing those big dresses.
Oh yeah.
You know what that's emulating, right? The black woman's behind.
Oh, right. From the on the back part. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Because it was high up. Yeah.
it's high up. It's
Yeah.
emulating the black woman's behind, but the whole time y'all telling the world it's them, it's us, it's us. It's what it is. It's what it is. It's what it is.
Right.
And you are literally emulating the very person that you are saying is less than. That woman that y'all are emulating is literally in Germany in a cage at a zoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. They used to parade. I don't know if that's the same one we thinking of, but they used to parade her around. I mean,
yeah,
she was like the tiger
hmm
at the zoo. They couldn't even touch her because she
right.
was and I guarantee you at any point in time, if Megan Thee Stallion walks down the aisle, they all gonna be looking. They ain't gonna be like, oh no, I ain't interested. No,
Mhm.
you definitely interested.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
many times have we seen in film or in real life, there's politicians or people and they end up getting caught up at a strip club or end up getting caught up by an escort and it's us and because they mesmerize. They know.
I hate to go off into this path, but even the racial insult that we throw at them has something to do with them chasing our women. The term honky
Yeah.
is because white men used to pull up at brothels and honk their horn, and the
Hmm.
women would come out.
Yeah. 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 And I mean, really, to this day, uh, that's why I don't like, even if my daughter's running late and we going to school, I really don't like honking the horn because it makes me think of that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't want her to get a mentality like
yeah,
you pulling up and honking. That means you need to run out to the car. That ain't what it is.
yeah. We ain't doing that. I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and another thing, like I would probably, you would just hear me explode from from Chicago to Texas, if I ever saw my daughter leaning out of a car, like leaning.
right.
No,
Yeah,
no.
nah, man.
My man got to get out, or he got to come upstairs to your house.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
live there anymore, but nah,
yeah.
not
You coming to the door, partner?
right,
Because I need to look you in the eye, and I may need to say you ain't going
right,
after I look at you.
right.
Which hey, DiCaprio did it in this film. His daughter's about to go to this high school dance. The dude comes to the door. He immediately in his grill, like, yeah, you need to be home at this time. Don't even think about anything. And that was interesting with that group because I think it was 3 or 4 friends in the car, and later on they end up getting interrogated. None of them said anything except one of them, but
hmm
they most of them held it down for her, which I thought was the dude. All he had to say is he didn't know. Like they didn't have anything on him. I mean, they would have put him in a holding cell maybe for a minute.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But that interrogator, I don't know what his name is. I don't know if they ever said what his name is.
I
But
don't think he ever said his name.
he has some funny lines in it. Like everybody says, I swear I don't know. I think his name Jeremy Boone may be his actual name, but that kind of back and forth dialogue I felt like was also
hmm
another aspect of it. What can I do and or say to get these people to snitch on the other person? And Regina Hall didn't do it.
You knew she wasn't gonna crack.
Nah, nah, nah. They was willing to die for Willa. They was really willing to, like, she was the. Now, I'm not saying she is this, but she was like the messiah of this French 75. And they were really willing to give up whatever for her.
You know who I was thinking of,
Who?
and the way watch this. Watch. I don't know if you thought of it, but Asada Shakur, because we still to this day, 40 years later, don't know who helped her get out that jail cell.
Yeah.
And the people who know don't talk, and people who talk really don't know.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
That's
that's what I
another.
was thinking. I was like, this is some old Asada Shakur. Because think about it, she disappeared and she
Yeah,
only had correspondence.
yeah.
Never to
Yeah,
be
no,
seen
that's a good
again.
point. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, there was you could think of a lot of different, people really because there was times where DiCaprio got caught up once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
Ends up going into this kind of now it made me think, was that Benicio del Toro or was that his Trent 75 crew, because he ends up going and getting this checkup, and the lady's like, you haven't been taking your insulin, right? And I felt like at that moment they were like clicking. There was something that they knew.
It was a familiarity there at some point. Yeah.
He ends up going to the hospital room. She's like, yeah, you can go ahead and go down. The bathroom is down the hall, down the stairwell. And Del Toro's sitting down in that probably that Ford Taurus or whatever that was. He was when you need to get, there was no nice getaway cars in this at all. It was all buckets.
It was all monsters and mom vans.
Hey, we talking about the Astro, man.
Yeah.
There was no. This wasn't a movie of nice cars. Okay, except the guy that was the bounty hunter, who had the Charger, and then the other guy ended up having a Mustang. But that was it. They wasn't us. They wasn't like us. But yeah, man, DiCaprio he got caught up multiple times. He was really like down for the count. I thought he was done for, but then you think about it. He's about to get to his daughter one way or another, which end up finding out that that's not his daughter, and it seemed like he didn't know. Like he never knew throughout the whole film, right?
I didn't get the impression that he knew, or you know what?
Maybe it didn't even matter to him though.
Initially, it don't matter because you got this young. That's the human will. You got this young person in need. I must do. And by the time this child comes of age and this child start bucking, and you like, at what point does my person show up? Like with my children, my son is me. I mean, he is me through and through. But my daughter is me. When
like for real,
she take 2 to 10. She'll turn a 2 to 10. She don't go. She could take a 2 to 12. and
real quick,
man. It's to the point to this day. If she get hot, I get a call. Like, you need to come talk to me.
To this day.
Hey, you get the hotline.
To this day.
Yeah, and we the only people that get each other. I mean, and I've been telling her for years, hey, me and you, it's like 2 years ago when she first started taking 2 to 10, I was like, it's a wasted energy. Don't do it. So we even when we're not speaking, we can, because we got attitude problems. Both of us got attitude problems.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, and we can't talk more than 6 to 8 minutes at once in one sitting.
Yeah,
because we gonna get hot.
Yeah, it's gonna go there.
So that's what he was looking for. I could see my children in me. I mean, like BJ, he has a disposition more like his mother. Me and my daughter, like, to put it simple, I can remember one time they left to go get dinner, BJ and his mom. Me and my daughter in the house, we're not speaking though. We're not speaking at all.
Y'all sitting there, but y'all not talking to each other at all.
But when they get back, we are literally in the kitchen having a bubble fight with the dishwasher liquid.
Yeah.
And we're throwing it at each other. And they came in and said, what? They looking like, what? And it was like a song. We just looked at them and said, we understand each other. And then went back to the fight.
Yeah.
So that's what he was looking for. He was looking for the connection.
Where is it? I see your mom for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, she was all the way there. Even when when they fast forwarded from her being born to 16 and she's doing those karate moves, you're like, oh yeah, that's
Tell her, breathe.
Right. Don't hurt him. Shout out to CT Miller in the building. My brother Carlos, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Yeah, man, this was and I was watching this. I watched part of it last night. I was watching it throughout the day, and it was like different moments of the film was definitely it picked up, and it gave you that excitement, but also it gave you those common moments. And when they played that Hark the Herald while he's going down, I'm like, the irony of this whole thing. You singing this Christmas hymn, And y'all ain't got nothing to do with Christmas, nothing to do with Christ, nothing to do with Christmas, nothing to do with anything that got to do with the Bible.
But now that you say that, okay, I'm gonna ask you. I didn't think of this until you just said it. Was that a jab at Christmas? Because they always try to turn Santa into Satan.
Right.
Claus. You think that's what they were doing?
Yeah, because they were saying what they said, like Hail Saint Nick or something. They
Yeah,
was calling each other like. I mean, there was a lot of irony in there. There was a lot of like, this is what we do, but this isn't really what we do. This is just code word for something else.
Yeah.
Which now, when you think about it, way back, I mean, when we was enslaved, how many times was they using code word and language and stuff that was kind of going over our heads? Eventually, we caught on, but stuff that they would say and that was more so used against us.
And even to this day, when true hip hop culture speaks in that same thing, even go I forgot the name of the song from Public Enemy, and Chuck D. I know. Welcome to the Terror Dome. He dissed Brian Gumble. He dissed He dissed the rabbi. And then another song, he literally says to the world, this is 3 to 5 years after it happened. He shouts out Asada Shakur, does not say her name, Asada Shakur. He says, support it. He said, ordered and forwarded, supporter of Chesamart. Now, if you don't know her name is Roseanne Rosemary Chesamart, that don't mean nothing to you.
It don't mean nothing to you, right? Exactly.
Hey,
that's hip hop 101, man. There's a song by this guy named Ransom where he's rapping about Kyrie. He never says Kyrie's name, but he raps his story like, I started off at Duke and then I did this, and then Charles Barkley called me an idiot, and then he does this whole another story about like Malcolm X, but the way he does it, he's not gonna say his name, but that's the greatness of hip hop. That's people that if you don't understand it, you just got to keep listening to it.
It's leveling up, but that's us leveled up from those fields. Like, this is what we got to do. The braids and hair, the braids and women hair are maps. You like Don Tripp, he does it. He mentions he's always referencing how his family was in the street. They were drug dealers. And then he said, and he talks about black folks. He said, y'all slammed so many doors in our face, so we start selling keys. Now, on the surface, you might think keys, doors. No, I start selling kilos because y'all slamming doors in my face. Won't give me a job.
Right. Yeah, man. Hey, and he just dropped something else. I ain't listened to it yet, but I ain't listened to it. Don Tripp, man. He come out with more albums than you can count. I mean, he's basically like No Limit by himself. You know how No Limit was dropping something every week? He is No Limit by himself.
2014, that chump dropped 15 albums.
That's crazy. You got to think of the work that goes into that. Your pen got to be amazing. Or maybe he just going off the dome, maybe. But
no.
Your pen has to be amazing that you can come out and it's not whack. All right, we're not talking about oop-de-doop and I found this on this peanut butter and jelly time. We're not talking about that. We're talking about real raw.
Hey, watch this. Fun fact. You know Don Tripp's real name, his government name?
Nah.
Do you know his first record label he ever signed to?
He did say it. Was it
Bad Boy?
Yeah.
Legal name is Christopher Wallace.
What?
Yes.
Wow. No. I gotta look this up.
Look him up. Go ahead.
Christopher Wallace is his actual name.
Don Tripp's name is
his name is Christopher Wallace. That is wow. He did mention something about Diddy at one point.
Yeah.
I thought he was like signed to Cash Money or something like that for a minute.
Signed Diddy first, and
wow.
He respects Diddy.
He's a complete weirdo, but the dude does have an eye for talent. All right, like we can say whatever we want to say about him, but the dude, he got an eye and an ear. Now, does he do right by him? I don't know, but he got an eye and an ear for Tank.
It's no record exec.
Right. It's the bit like we was talking about. It's not even him. It's the business overall.
Yeah.
It's just what you just do what Andre Harrell did. Andre Harrell did what whoever his mentor did.
Davis did, and Barry Gordy did, and Russell Simmons did, and Eazy-E did, and
So hopefully you get somebody.
Jay Prince and Master P and Luther Campbell. The rest of them did it.
Right.
As far as we know.
Hey, and real quick, we gotta give a shout out to Nas. This year, he has worked with some of the artists that we all know and love that maybe would have never came out with another album. De La Soul, Mobb Deep album, which, side note, I had to find something that Havoc, did he say they used AI or some of the stuff Prodigy was saying? I'm like, there's no way he didn't, but he said he didn't use AI. But he's like, I see you on the other side. I'm like, I don't know.
But he always spoke about death. Him. But you know what?
Some of the stuff, but I mean, hey, that just goes to Prodigy and his, you never know you never know what you're writing down, which the like the Bible says again, write the vision down, make it plain. You never know what you're writing down that somebody may not hear till later on, and flashback.
And just think about how much music, no matter what genre it is, we've never heard. And if we heard it, we'd be like, whoa, okay.
Right.
Speaking of Nas, the Purple Tape. The Purple Tape was because his album got leaked.
Yeah.
Put the Purple Tape out, songs that y'all never heard, put the Purple Tape out, and then the Purple Tape was on fire.
Yeah. And then the Primo album, like that was the final one of the year. So I mean,
insane.
Yeah, man. Him and AZ, man, do an album. I really wish they would have did a Firm album. I know that's probably not gonna happen, but wishful thinking. But
everybody out now. I mean,
yeah,
Mega out. Mega doing a lot of albums.
Yeah. Foxy Brown.
She out. Nature. I don't know what his relationship with Nature is now, but
yeah. But just do an EP, man. Give us 5 songs. We'll be cool with that.
I think with an East Coast producer instead of Drake.
Oh yeah. You could find somebody easy on that one.
Do DITC.
Yeah. Hell, you can get a little mashup. Get Hit Boy, get Primo to do a beat. Get different producers.
Dr. Dre said it best. I think albums are best when you and that person are in the room, y'all doing y'all thing. So you get that original Nas crew with LES and Q-Tip and Rock, Hit Boy.
Just book. I mean, the money ain't a problem. It's gonna be the time, but just book a week. Y'all get in there. That's how all them Nas and Hit Boy out. He was doing those albums with him. Hit Boy would play a beat and he'd be like, "All right, I like that." Probably rap to it right then. I agree with you though. Those albums are the best because you're not hearing it from afar. You're not hearing it like, oh, he just could send me the vocals and I'm putting it to the beat. Like, there's a difference. What's up, Vince Wright, sports governor? Hey, you definitely got to watch this, man. This had some good music. Had some Jackson 5 in there. Had some other songs in there that were perfect for the scene in this film. So again, music and film go together. And that's how in the 90s, what I would say late 90s, for me, that was when kind of soundtracks was like almost bigger than the movies. You was ready to get that soundtrack than you was to go watch the movie.
All of the 90s.
Yeah.
Think about it. And Menace Society started a decade, and The Best Man and that type of stuff ended it.
Yeah. All right, so One Battle After Another, make sure y'all check it out. It's on HBO. They ends up getting to Willa ends up getting taken, and it was interesting that he ends up Sean Penn ends up finding out that that's his actual daughter, and instead of him embracing it, he was like, "No, we need to make sure that the evidence is clean, like they said, and she was going to be murdered or executed. So she ends up getting her to this bounty hunter, and he ends up taking him to the camp or whatever. So you figuring, something's gonna happen, and he ends up turning. So I wanted to talk about this. I don't know if it was just his conscience, like I can't allow this to happen, or did somebody get to him, or was somebody in the Front 75 crew that was like, look, don't do this. We can pay you more, or what was your thinking on that?
Oh, I was thinking of more of along the lines of you see a lot of these people from Trump's camp. It's just it gets to the point where dog, I
can't do this no more.
I can't do this no more, dog. Like look, it's like Jack the Bear's brother. This lie will go no further, and I think that was a peek in at humanity.
Yeah,
you be 10 toes down at foolishness and chaos, but then at some point you go, all right, man, I can't.
Why do I continue to blindly follow something that I don't even believe in?
I don't believe, I don't participate in, I don't see, and I'm doing it. I'm nah, enough, I'm out. And that's the energy I got from that motion.
Yeah. And the dude was quiet. He was just a quiet assassin. He just came up like, hey, what you doing? Why you releasing her? He ends up shooting a guy. I guess he ends up getting shot. He didn't look like he survived, but Willow gets away. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm listening, but I just thought of something else too. Go ahead. Let me know. I want what you think about what I'm about to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, Willow gets away, and that's when like her mom kind of side of her brain was just like activated. She was in fight or flight mode. She was never, like we just talked about, she was never in a moment, like she was doing karate. She was at school, she came home. She was never in a moment where it was like life or death situation. And she was able to handle it. Well, she did some training when she was at that monastery, but she was only there for a short amount of time. But that just goes back to the epigenetics, like you were talking about. It's in us. Like whatever my grandfather, which I never, well, he met me when I was a baby, but there's things where my parents will say, yeah, he was into like audio video, like that's me. But so that's like that clicked in her. And she was in survival mode, which she ended up surviving. But go ahead.
I just thought about this again when you said it. See, this is a beauty in us doing this. When they think about it, my man killed everybody. He was knocking people off.
Right.
Who's the only person where did he draw the line? At a child.
Right. Exactly. Which he said that at the beginning when Sean Penn was like, yeah, I need you to take care of her. He was like, this is a child. I'm not doing it. So
look at this. What's on the precipice of taking this administration down? Molestation.
Yeah. Right.
I drew a lot of this to today.
Yeah. Oh, there's a ton of comparisons to today. There's people that want to help, and there's people that just will do whatever to the demise of people that they don't even know, that they don't even care to know or care to understand. And that was the opposite ends of this film. When you think of Sean Penn and his whole side and the crew, it was like blindly, and it seemed like he had a whole military crew just following what he was doing, was there really wasn't a clear mission.
It was just chaos.
Yeah, it was just find this girl. And they're like, they ain't even asked why.
Right.
And it wasn't even to find the Trent 75. It was to find out if she was his daughter. I mean, like the amount of time and effort that you put into that. He ended up getting gassed out at the end.
Chaos simply because I want it. Because if you really question it, if you truly question it, if you're gonna question something of that nature, like the bio connection between you and an individual, if you question it, it's probably not true. And if it's not true, you need to just walk away.
Yeah.
And he wasn't willing to walk away, which means it was more of a connection, which means that you really don't believe in the mission that you have. You're just following orders, which this is what we're living in right now. Damn.
Right. Yeah, exactly. We just keep doing it. And I mean, like, what's your end goal? The end goal is that this dude will like you. The end goal is that you think you're gonna be president one day. Like, what's the end goal? Like, when is enough that the prize that you trying to get, you never actually gonna get it. He's demonstrated that multiple times. He's dangled that carrot in front of people's faces multiple times, and guess what? They ain't got the carrot. They in a jail cell. They crazy, or they wrote a book.
They don't even get the string.
Right, exactly. It's just. But this was a film perfect for this time.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect for this season that we're in. Perfect for these next 3 years we in. So man, I would definitely suggest you watch it. It gives you that kind of tugging at your heartstrings. You want Willow to survive. You know she didn't do anything. You know she's not she's not even in the French 75. She didn't murder anybody. Well, I mean she had to self-defense, but
the deadliest person in the French 75, she's related to them.
Right, exactly. The sniper, what they call him, Ghetto Bob.
Hey, remember, like maybe 20 minutes into the movie, 15 minutes into the movie, she's standing there with that Gatling gun. I feel like Tony Montana.
right. When she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah, hey, let me pull that up right here. The picture on the right is just amazing, hysterical cinema. This was one of the comedic moments because it's like she is full-fledged pregnant and just wailing off on whatever that was she was shooting.
Yeah, man.
That goes to her. That goes to that character. Tiana Taylor has massive range. There was a film we did, I think it was called 1,000 seconds or 1,000 moments.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, where she played a mother. So, man, look.
What was shit? It was like 2K losing Isaiah. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what it was. I mean, she's an amazing talent. Period. Music, film.
That movie made me a fan of hers.
1001.
Yeah,
what it was called. And she was in a Book of Clarence.
Yeah, she was in the Book of Clarence. She played Mary Magdalene.
Played the detective in Straw. Remember that? And then she got a couple other films coming out.
She hot as fish grease right now, man.
Yeah,
she was in that whack ass movie Eddie Murphy made. I didn't say the name.
Man. Don't go watch. Hey, go watch it to support him. Put it on while you sleep.
I did. Hey, he got my one. You can get no more in here. I'm your man.
Put that one on while you sleep, and then you just get the numbers up.
Put it on.
That's one of them films.
Put it on in the living room while you sleep. You won't even hear it while you sleep.
Right.
That won't get
exactly, man.
Instead of 5 mics, they 4 bags of doodle.
Right. They ain't need to do that one. I get why they did it, but they ain't need to.
No, I don't get it.
Hey, it was too long. That would be like
it should have.
That would be like if they did Trading Places 2 right now. But why? It's not relatable. This is like you can't bring back The Office. It's a hilarious show, but you can't bring it back.
No. 48 Hours 3, because the girl that he slept with at the end of 48 Hours got a baby now. Boy, stop, man.
They be trying to tie them lines, man. They be trying to tie it. It don't be working out most of the time.
Hollywood, we know y'all watching, man. We know y'all watching. This is what y'all do from here on out. Just get Eddie Murphy a $50 million check and say, just bring us back what you need.
We know you can handle it. We know you use it wisely.
Right.
Go ahead and bring something back.
Just bring us something back.
Yeah, otherwise, I agree with that 100%.
He's outgrown you guys in Hollywood, man. Yeah, he has. He's too funny to be. Oh, you'll be good in this, Eddie. No, I won't. Go get Old Boy.
Right. And I would like we watched that documentary. I would love for him to do that stand up he said he was thinking of with the puppets. Hey, you can put that on pay-per-view.
Oh man,
I'll pay that.
Eventually, hey, the irony. I just lost my uncle, right? One of the last things me and him were talking about no. Maybe 2 conversations before he transitioned. I called him, no joke. This is gonna sound like the biggest lie in the history of the world. I said, hey man. He said, what's up? I say, how do you tell your parents that you want to be a ventriloquist? I swear. We call my aunt, we call siblings, we out of this crib. We were dying for like a week. Like, how do you tell your parents? You know what? I want to be a ventriloquist.
Yeah, and we like, so you went to college. Is this what you wanted? Like, yeah, you getting straight beat, man. That ain't gonna work. They'd be like, nah, I'm not accepting that. You need to go ahead and go back.
Oh my god! Oh my god! How do you say, Mom?
After everything you done, that is not gonna work. That's not gonna end up well for you.
I want to be a ventriloquist. What? Man, me and him laughed for like a week. It's like,
man,
you call me. Hey man, you want to be a ventriloquist? Oh my god! Shout out to my uncle.
Hilarious, man. Rest in peace, man. Those are those moments, man. We cherish and remember,
man. So yeah, hey, every time I think of it, I think of him like eventually.
Yeah. And the fact he had them made, I mean, they look like him. I mean, like he probably spent some pretty good money on,
hey man,
on them looking like Bill Cosby and Pryor.
But think about it, Ben. Those didn't cost a lot of money. I'm Eddie Murphy.
Right, true. Costs a lot of money to us.
Look. If we were looking at $30,000 at ventriloquist dummies, that's literally like 35 cents to us.
Right. Yeah, true.
So that is it.
Yeah.
Look, that's how rich you know he is.
Right. Exactly.
A ventriloquist dummy of the 3 people who influenced me to comedy and my homegirl who used to
say, exactly. Who's my Hey, go watch that documentary. I think it's still on Netflix. But
it's on Netflix forever, man.
And then he just excuse me. And then he just easily said, like, hey, yeah, I buried what he said, I buried
buckwheat, he buried red fox.
Red Fox. I mean, like stuff we didn't know, but again, he did it. His gift. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it.
So we need y'all to like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't.
Yes, sir. See that scrolling down at the bottom. Also, check out these channels right here that you can subscribe to. All of those. So man, let's get to some final thoughts. One battle after another. I felt like was well done. The characters that was in it really gave it what the film needed. There was nobody in this film that I think that any of the characters was lacking. Because sometimes you think that was a throwaway character, you didn't really need that. Everybody had their own moments. Regina Hall, again, shout out to her, doing a role that was I think superb and definitely showed her range. But I mean, it's an easy 5 for me, no doubt.
Easy. I'm with you. I mean, what Ben said. It was no wasted comments. There was no wasted film in this movie. Shout out to the director. Shout out to the stars. And most importantly, how about this, Ben? We've never shouted out this person. Shout out to the editor of this movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Shout out to my Aunt Judy who recommended this movie. She said, "You guys should talk about this." Shout out to
Man, shout out to Aunt Judy. Thank you. We appreciate that. So again, it's on HBO. It's available right now. You can watch it. Now, we haven't talked about next week. We can talk about that right now. There's a new Knives Out. I don't know if you're into the Knives Out. It's like a mystery series type thing.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, I think it just came out last week. But they have it's like a murder mystery type thing, but it's different characters in each one. So this one's got like Kerry Washington and some others. So
it's even more gooder.
So yeah, so next week, Knives Out. It's available on Netflix. It'll be New Year. So
next year.
So yeah, we look forward to you guys tuning in next week. Thank you for tuning in today. Again, we're live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, also on Roku TV, BS3 TV. Shout out to the likes and the thumbs up. Vince Wright, Terrence Bennett, thank you. CT Miller, Sean Clinton, Theodore in the building as well. Big Illinois. Mr. Watkins in the building. Rhonda Stokes. And then Trinae Thompson. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate the support. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, that name. I figure I know who that is, but I don't know who it is. But anyway. All right. Well, go ahead and close it out.
Hey, man, thank you guys for the support over the years. See y'all next year. He been, I'm Rap. We are